Whoa, that is so, look at this. There's a region in the American Southwest where the desert seems to stretch on forever. Here, canyons cut the landscape, one after another. In this vastness, there are millions of cracks, crevices, and overhangs where the traces of past civilizations can hide. There's a canyon complex I've been eyeing for some time, so after doing my research, I prepared to head in. It can be an intimidating experience, staring at maps and imagery beforehand, knowing you could either wander aimlessly for a couple days or find something truly extraordinary. Hoping this trip would be the latter, I charged my drone, packed a couple days of food and water, and backpacked in. And that's where this all started. Well, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. It's Andrew from Desert Drifter. Wow, that was quick. I haven't even been able to drop into the first canyon. You see that right there? We got our first clear objective, don't we? Let me see if I can find a way down somewhere. Hello?
Mr. Drifter, you've just won the lottery. If you send me your bank account info, I'll deposit your $1 million into your account immediately.
Can we all agree that spam and privacy theft has gotten completely out of control these days? Let me tell you guys a personal story real quick. Evelyn and I are considering buying our first home sometime in 2025. A couple months ago, I filled out an online mortgage application. Take a look at this. For the next 3 days after I submitted that, my phone rang nonstop with dozens of spam calls. Once that died down, the spammers tried another tactic. I was flooded with random texts about healthcare options, phantom Amazon packages, and fake job offers. If you've ever found yourself in the same situation, here's what's happening. Companies collect our phone numbers, addresses, emails, browsing history, literally everything. Next, they sell our information for big bucks to data brokers, who then sell it to advertisers and scammers. Thankfully, the sponsor of today's video, Incogni, has recognized this problem and created a solution. Incogni fights on my behalf. After identifying data brokers who have my info, Incogni contacts them and continues contacting them until they remove my info from their database. Doing this on your own would take hundreds of hours. Incogni does it automatically and keeps doing it. And the peace of mind that it restores is priceless. Take your personal data back with Incogni. Use code DESERT at the link below and get 60% off an annual plan. This looks promising, I think. Oh yeah. Yeah, I can easily get down that and then I'm in. Feels so good to be out here. Dropping down, I lost sight of it, but it's somewhere along this face. There it is, it's right up through here. Oh, look at this. This is cool. So you got a grinding slick right here, but right over here, you got another one with the mono in it. Pretty neat. Still here after, I don't know, 800 years. Oh yeah, just looking at this bone here. A little piece of a corn cob. Some of this exterior is falling away. It looks like there's a big slab. Maybe this is like a big slab-lined granary. I don't know. Let's go take a look inside. Hopefully that's a good sign. You guys know the deal. Let's keep moving. Oh wow. Oh, there's something. I don't know how well you guys can see that. There's a huge alcove there. Yeah, there's something pretty substantial over there. Through the pinion there. Ooh, I can already see pictographs up top there. Look at this pour over here. You can see where water's just blowing through that. Wow. Wow, it's substantial. Look at this. You can see this roof, and because it's fallen down, you can really see how they've constructed it here. Look at this over here. It's pretty faded and crumbled, but it's not really paint per se. It's more just like mortar. Wow, let me take my glasses off. That's actually really neat, right? You can see how they would have finger swiped that on. Gosh, it's just wild. That's cool. You can see there's a little maybe orange paint here. Wow, I did not expect, look at the size of this beam here. This wall here doesn't have too many more years left on it, probably. One, you can see the construction, but look at all those fingerprints. I'll have to go around the backside. Here's a little piece of black and white pottery there. Wow, again, this roof is really neat. Unfortunately, time will not let it last much longer. There's a couple more pot sherds. It's always interesting to see one of these earlier windows get filled in by people in a later time period. This is the inside of that biggest building. Bunch of spider webs I'm trying not to disturb. I was so focused on the building, I almost walked right past that. Really cool. Very similar to the same snake type design that's over there. It looks like in front of all of this, there's probably a kiva, given its circular nature here. So many choices. I want to keep going up the canyon, and I also want to check out, there's like a little ramp that leads to the upper layer. Let's go do that first. The maze, man, the maze. So many nooks and crannies. You can never see them all. It's both exhilarating and frustrating at the same time. I didn't see anything up top here, so I'm gonna grab my bag and we'll keep moving up canyon. I don't know. That's definitely an, oh, gosh. Okay, let's go look down. No, I can tell. Getting closer that that's nothing. It's just natural. The first ruin sites had come easily, but that wasn't a guarantee it was all going to be like that. Eventually, I came to a ridgeline. A myriad of options opened up before me. Should I continue on and drop into the canyon in front of me? Should I walk along the top and drop in at a higher point? Or should I turn an entirely different direction and head towards a distant canyon? I decided to pull out the drone to scout. All of a sudden, with a bird's eye view, I noticed something I was about to walk past. This large wall was impossible to miss. I flew closer. I noticed these white markings on the wall. Were they pictographs? Or just natural minerals leaching out of the rock? How about the base of the wall here? Were those piles of rubble? Let's go see what that is. All right, there's the big cliff face. Let's go look at that. Oh man. Yeah, I mean it's faint, but it's wow, some really interesting stuff. Oh yeah, and pottery. Holy cow, look at that. Look at that piece of black on red. Bunch of sherds scattered all around. These piles of rubble were some of the first things that caught my eye. Up on top, now that I'm here, I can tell, yeah, there's definitely old structure up there that's very dilapidated. Look at it, just some big pot sherds, and they all, it's almost like, I don't know, almost seems like this was a place where ceremonial breaking was done. I don't know, there's just a ton of it. Oh my word. Look at that. I mean, I could barely prevent myself from stepping on it all. Oh. Wow. Look at that piece. Something about that just caught my eye. What's that thing? Huh. It's like looks like a handle. A little. Look at this. This looks like the base of, base of a little pot. As always, put it back where you find it. Let somebody else enjoy the discovery or let a professional study it. It's just littering the ground, and each of these little runoff gullies is just covered. The art is very faded, and the sun is, it is harsh. I'm seeing a lot of atlatls depicted here. This is the third one. That guy's holding one. There's one a little further away I haven't showed you guys yet. It's going into an animal of some kind. Looks like he's throwing it. Huh. Okay, make it a fourth atlatl. That one goes down. Look where it ends. It ends right next to one of those spirals. Yeah, I mean up close you can tell that's definitely human made. There's no doubt. Not to mention everything around it. Look at that. I wonder if that's like a pole, like a post support somehow. I mean that would have been a pretty tall structure if that's what it was. Yeah, it does seem like. I mean, okay, there's that. Look at that. That's very, very circular. That's even higher. I mean, that's, gosh, I don't know. I would think, though, if there was a bigger structure here, there would be more debris, and there's not a whole lot. So, I don't know. Now, this is really cool. So look up here. You've got tracks running all the way up. Where do they end? It's hard to film and also find them. But so there's those, and look, there's Some bird tracks, probably turkeys over here. Doing the same thing. They're a little harder to make out, but facing up and heading upwards there. This is unmistakable. An atlatl in the back of maybe a bighorn sheep. Yeah, a lot of hunting themes here with the tracks going up. I paused to eat a quick snack and let my mind wander about what significance this place had in the past. The drone had been clutch in finding this special site, but would it continue to pay off? Having fun. Love being out here. I'll be posting this right around the new year, so happy new year. You might be watching this 6 months after the fact, and so happy June. The shortness of the days is tough to swallow this time of year. It's only 2 p.m., but I've probably got, at best, maybe 3.5 hours of daylight left. So I'm always feeling that crunch. But given how cool that spot was, I want to go a little further up this canyon. I was actually, before I spotted that with the drone, I was about to switch directions. I'm just kind of out here wandering. So let's check this, and then maybe I can, if I don't trip, fall, maybe I can make some moves and... Oh, looky there. Looks like a little granary. It's a big granary. Oh, there's, once again, sort of these mud style pictographs up here. Can't tell what they were. They were all throughout these canyons, weren't they? It really makes me, what do we got? 2.5 hours? Makes me really want to push on to that farthest canyon. Maybe try to push all the way there tonight, work my way back tomorrow. If I've got enough water, definitely gonna be close. I need to find a way off of this layer I'm in, drop down there, and probably climb up. I'm just sort of hopscotching. Oh man, so just crossed. Look what I missed. I probably passed a few hundred yards away from it. There's more over there, and that just goes to show how hard this stuff is to see sometimes. I don't know that it's worth the time to go back, because tomorrow I can probably, arrange things to where I sort of hit that on my way back. Little game trail through here. Another one to drop into. Shoo, all right. Man, it's getting cold, but you can't deny that it's a beautiful evening. I think this will do for a camp. I've got some flat looking ground up there. I could pitch a tent and probably use this spot to build a little fire, have some reflecting heat off that wall. I lost you guys for a second there. The camera batteries were not liking this cold weather. Man, as soon as that sun set, boom, it just plummeted. I'm also warming my fuel over there. It was not the best. All right, super simple tonight because I'm trying to conserve as much water as possible. 12 ounces to make this freeze-dried meal. Sometimes I can't believe that you guys are still watching me out here hike around the desert. Truly, I can't believe it sometimes. But I'm grateful for it. I'm glad you guys are joining me for this trip. Yes, that is life right there. Not gonna lie, I waited in my tent until that sun popped up. It was a chilly night. Gonna eat a quick breakfast. It's just cold, it's just a cold bar. And then we're gonna keep heading off that direction. Some coyote tracks. I heard them yipping this morning. I think this is a cattle trail that I'm on. I see a lot of cow pies here. Okay, so this is good. I just came up over this ridge line. I'll show you guys in a second. I sort of dropped back down. But I mean, I just saw, again, just endless canyon, endless sandstone, which in the moment I was just like, man, that's, I'm getting nowhere. And then I looked down at my feet. There's a broken pot down here. It's all corrugated. Yeah, so some pot is scattered all throughout here. So the question is, where did that come from? So we've got that broken pot. My next question is there a dwelling or some old campsite close by that that's associated with? Or was that just something dropped in transit centuries ago? And if so, where might have they been traveling from? It's just a maze, man. I mean, this is a real deal canyon. I knew that, looking at it on a map. Trying to get in there could prove to be tricky. The number of places things could hide here is endless. I was just a little blip in the grand scheme of things this morning. I traveled along the canyon rim, frequently stopping to scout and send the drone over to check out various features. At one point, I did find significant water at the bottom of the canyon. I couldn't get to it, but I did mark it for future reference. I hadn't been aware of any water sources in the area. But besides that discovery, many hours later, I had nothing else to show for my effort. I am going to eat some lunch because I am starting to crash a little bit. Got maybe 1 liter water left, about half in each. You guys want to know the secret to hiking? Christmas cookies. Homemade Christmas cookies. Although I had struck out this morning, I knew I had at least one more site to visit. If you remember, I spotted a ruin last night from a distance. I had come quite a ways since then, but I started heading back towards that canyon. Kind of a funny group of boulders here, huh? Okay, this is the upper reaches of it. Let's see how I can... Huh. Kind of a surprise ruin. I mean, it is beat up though. When it was intact, I mean, it was pretty good size. Yeah, up on the edge. Man, I bet the water comes roaring through here. I wonder if maybe that's why this thing's so beat up. I feel like a heavy rain, if things flash flooded, it would come right through here. Yeah, you definitely got runoff. I wonder if that thing was ever hit by a bad flash flood. Oh man, is this what where I just was filming was right there. I didn't realize we were this close. I think Is this what I saw yesterday? Noticed almost all the timbers we've seen yesterday and today, almost all of them are burned. Well, I don't know. Maybe I take that back because I don't think these are. I feel like I've seen quite a few the last 2 days that were burned. Oh yeah, some handprints up there. The handprints are kind of like the feet to me. They just, oh, whoa. That is so, look at this. Look at that. That is such a neat granary. The way it's just tucked. It's not a big granary, but it's a well-constructed one. Let's go, where are these handprints? That's what brought me over on the side of this rock in the first place. Technology has changed dramatically since the time of these builders, and it will continue to change. But out here, these canyons are timeless. Canyon country is slow to give up its secrets, but they are still here, as alive now as they ever were. Nothing can replace the time and hard work of simply covering distance and paying attention to details. And for that, I'm grateful. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next trip.